Hey everybody, today, by the title says, this is a story time of how my port flipped. You can look up what a port-a-cath is, if you would like. Please do that, please. I don't have the energy to tell you, because I have a whole story for you already. But please look up what the port-a-cath is. And this is the time my port flipped. I will actually show you my port. Basically what happened was I have to get my port flushed once a month, so like fluid goes through little tube things to just make sure there's no gunk or whatever, make sure they're running smooth. And 1 month it just didn't work. They were trying to put saline in and it just wasn't working. I'm pretty sure it's saline. And it just wasn't pushing, and they started pushing and it would not. And at one point my heart started fluttering, and I was like, okay, stop, because that's not a good sign. No. And we tried again, and it just did not work. We tried at least 3 times re-accessing the port, and it just was not taking blood or putting saline in. So we were like, oh, that's weird because my port isn't that old. But we had to go to the hospital and get it checked out by what are they called? I always forget the name of them. But the people that do x-rays, right? Are they also the x-ray people? I forget. But those people that wear the things, I'm gonna stop. Okay, anyways, basically I got my thing checked out, and they did like this dye thing. They put dye into my port to like see things and like stuff and blah blah blah. And they're like, oh, your port is flipped over. And I was like, what? And then this doctor, this man, decides to start tugging on my port to flip it over. He was like, oh, I'm gonna try and flip it back. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna try and manually flip it. And he starts tugging on my chest. It was actually down here, I'm pretty sure. The other port. But he's like tugging on my chest, trying to flip this port. And it doesn't work. My heart just starts fluttering and beating out of sync so fast. And I literally said to him, I don't feel good. This doesn't feel good. And he wasn't listening to me. He eventually stopped because it wasn't working. But I literally was like, my heart is beating super fast. This does not feel good at all. Like, hello? Wasn't acknowledging me. He's like, and I hate those kind of doctors. I know hate's a strong word, blah, blah, blah. But like, I did not like that doctor. I like doctors that listen to you. Like, okay, maybe he could have kept doing it, but he could have stopped for a moment and said, I understand, but I want to like try one more time. Not just ignored me and kept going. Like, at least stopped for a second and acknowledged my existence. You know? I don't know, just maybe. And it didn't work. Woo. And that was literally like on Friday, I'm pretty sure. And on a Monday, I had to have surgery. Woo. And he literally said that it's very rare for ports to flip. Like, super rare. We do not know why my port flipped over at all. Nope, we don't know why. We have theories. The dog likes to walk on me, and like, I don't like it, but sometimes he'll like crawl on me, and he could have flipped it. Literally, the dog could have flipped my port. Or the other port, I forget if it was down here or if it was somewhere up here. I forget where the last port was. But I had like a lot of breast tissue in that area because they put it in a really bad spot. a really bad spot. And they think maybe it just like was like building over the port, and it just kind of like on its own because it had like room, like almost floating in there. I don't know. Or I could have flipped it, but I feel like I would have felt it if I flipped it over. I don't know how, like just moving my body or something, like just doing things. Maybe I could have flipped it. But yeah, those are the three theories, and I don't really understand any of them. How? But yeah, apparently that's really rare to happen, and it happened to me. So just my luck, literally. I literally was like, really? I have so much other crap going on with my health, and they have to throw this rare thing at my way. Really? After my surgery, they basically said to me, oh, we're gonna actually try to just flip the port over. And they said, if we can't do that, we'll replace it. And I really wanted them to just give me a new port because the port was like not working well in the first place. And I wanted it in a different location because if they change the port out, they have to put it in a different location. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. So I really wanted a new port so they could put it somewhere else, not on my breast tissue. Like put it somewhere better than that. And they finally, the first thing I said, I remember this. When I came out of surgery, I said, did they put in a new port? Did it work? Literally what I said to this nurse. I still remember her face. And I said, did they put in a new port? Did it work? And she's like, yes, they put in a new port. I love how comforting the nurses are post-operation. Post-op? Yeah, it's in post-op. When you're literally just waking up. And it's like, beep, beep, beep. The beeps was triggering. And I did end up getting a new port. Which I was so happy because I was not going to want to deal with that damn port again if they had to just flip it over. But yeah, this was the story of how I had my port flip over. And it's very rare. So that was great. That was at the height of COVID, by the way. The height of COVID. Peak COVID, March 2020 is when that happened. Just want to put that out there. Peak of COVID. So that was another just fear, pressure added on to me. I was like, I'm going to get COVID and die. Literally, I was like, nope, I'm going to get COVID. Literally, why am I going into a hospital where COVID's everywhere? Is what my theory was. I was like, yes, COVID is going to be all over this hospital. This is not good. I'm going to, catch it. I don't think I caught it. Oh, and after my surgery, I remember going to Taco Bell right away and getting a spicy Dorito Nacho Loco Taco when they still had those. And that I ate it like right after surgery when I got up. Because it was a quick surgery. I was gone within like an hour after surgery, I'm pretty sure. Which was good. And they decided we had to specifically tell them, do not use surgical glue because I'm allergic to adhesives. And we told them multiple times, do not use surgical glue on this person. Don't. Other people were like, don't use it, don't use it. And they're like, blah, 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 yeah, okay. After surgery, what do you see? Surgical glue. Surgical glue. And that was horrible after my surgery. The weeks after the surgery was us slowly tearing surgical glue off of a healing wound, but also not taking off too much so that it could stay together and not like rip apart. And I had a nurse coming to my house. The nurse usually came to my house once a month to flush my port. She had to come twice a week during that time because of my port and the surgical glue. It was not fun, and maybe just listen, doctors. Should just listen sometimes. I know there's a lot of doctors that do listen, Like, this is for the doctor that don't listen. Maybe just listen to your patients once in a while. Maybe. We would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. And thank you for listening. I'm gonna go. And I want you to have a good day. And if you can't have a good day, I hope tomorrow can be better. Bye.